Welcome all, my dear friends. Let us continue our journey in the world of IPR. Okay, now let us look at the picture here. So, in the picture, we can see there is a letter pad, there is a writing instrument, and someone is trying to write something. Fine. So, we can say this can be a letter of request, this can be an application for request, etc. etc. Okay. So, actually, why this picture is indicated here? Because today we are going to deal with a different form, and the form number is form number 12, whose title is request for grant of patent. Okay, and for this thing we require to apply for the same via an application. Okay, and this is done via form number 12. Okay, so we can see one thing here. See, just observe. The letters are emerging. This is just a symbol. Here, in the form of letters, the person is going to request for something. And specifically here, this is the request for grant of patent via form number 12. Fine, let us proceed. Form number 12. Form number 12 has the title Request for Grant of Patent under Section 26 Subsection 1 and Section 52 Subsection 2. Okay. The relevant sections are Section 26, particularly Subsection 1, and Section 52, specifically Subsection 2. Okay. So what is Section 26? Section 26 is in case of obtaining, controller may treat the patent as the patent of opponent. Okay, so you just mark here, the keyword here is obtaining. Fine, and now we will go to section 52. The title is grant of patent to true and first inventor where it has been obtained by another in fraud of him. Okay, so here the keyword is true and first inventor. Okay, that means here if the true and first inventor is cheated by someone, okay, and we can say actually he or she is the deserving candidate, okay, for getting the grant of the patent. But if someone has taken from him or her the invention by doing some fraud, okay, then this section deals with this. That means it will always give the, or it will always grant the patent to the true and the first inventor. That's why the title is grant of patent to true and first inventor where it has been obtained by another in fraud of him. Fine, I hope it is clear now. Next is the relevant rules are rules 63A and rule 79. Okay, where rule 63A has the title request made under section 26 subsection 1 and rule 79 is request under section 52 subsection 2. Okay, I hope the whole slide is clear right now. So please try to remember this slide and set it in your mind so that whenever a question relevant to this comes, you can very well answer it. Okay friends, let us proceed. Let us proceed by picking a section of the Patents Act 1970 as amended by Amendment Act 2005. Today's section is section 52 and this comes from chapter 8, that is grant of patents and rights conferred thereby. Okay, and here we can see that the title of section 52 is grant of patent to true and first inventor where it has been obtained by another in fraud of him. Okay, that means if the true and the first inventor, the true and first inventor is cheated by someone, that means someone in fraud, someone has done the fraud and cheated the true and the first inventor, then the patent is granted to the true and first inventor, or we can say that prime importance is given to the deserving candidate, that is the true and the first inventor. Okay, and for the definition of the true and first inventor, please refer section 2, subsection 1 and clause Y of the Patents Act 2000, Patent Act 1970 as amended by Amendment Act 2005. Fine. Okay, we can proceed now. There are three subsections in section 52 and let us find the key terms or the key phrases here. Okay. For subsection 1, this is the patent has been revoked under section 64. For subsection 2, this is the key phrase is on request by the petitioner, and for subsection 3, this is no suit shall be brought. Okay. So please try to remember these key terms or key phrases so that you can very well recall the gist of the subsections and the section as a whole. Okay. Again, I am telling this is my way of picking the words. You can pick your own. Okay, fine. Subsection 1, it says, where the patent has been revoked under section 64 on the ground that the patent was obtained wrongfully and in contravention of the rights of the petitioner or any person under or through whom he claims, or where in a petition for revocation the appellate board or court, instead of revoking the patent, directs the complete specification to be amended by the exclusion of a claim or claims in consequence of a finding that the invention covered by such claim or claims had been obtained from the petitioner, the appellate board or court may, by order passed in the same proceeding, permit the grant to the petitioner of the whole or such part of the invention which the appellate board or court finds has been wrongfully obtained by the patentee in lieu of the patent so revoked or is excluded by amendment. Okay? Confusing? Yeah, I agree. Okay, but I will simplify this. Fine? Okay. So, first of all, observe the key term or the key phrase here. The key phrase here is the patent has been revoked under section 64. Fine. And here we are finding a single star mark. So, let us see what it indicates. Single star mark here indicates substituted by Act 15 of 2005. The particular key phrase was where a patent has been revoked. Where a patent has been revoked. And here what we find? The patent has been revoked under section 64. So please observe the article here. The article was A and here the article is the. That means it indicates the specific or the particular thing. Fine. And no sections are provided here, but here we are finding that under section 64. So this is the difference, because we know whenever there is a substitution there must be a change, right? So here the additional thing is the section 64 and the article part. That means it was a patent, now it is the patent. Fine. Okay. Next we will see that there are some double star marks. So see what it indicates. Substituted by Act 15 of 2005, and the particular key term or this particular word was, earlier it was court, now it is appellate board or court. Okay. So the addition thing is appellate board. That means either our case is there but appellate board is added, we can say. That means the court or the appellate board either can function in the same way. Fine. So fine. So now also we will see what are the relevant sections, rules and forms to this. Okay. So the relevant section is section 25, whose title is we know opposition to the patent, and particularly the relevant section with subsection. That means section 25 subsection 2, and this indicates post grant opposition, about which we discussed a lot while we were discussing on section 25. Fine. Now section 64, the title is revocation of patents. Okay. Rule 63A, the title is request made under section 26 subsection 1. Okay. Then Form 12 is request for grant of patent under Section 26 subsection 1 and Section 52 subsection 2. Fine. Now everything is done. Now what we will do, we will try to simplify. Okay. So just remember one thing, the petitioner and the patentee, okay, they will be in front of the appellate board or the court. That means we can say they both will stand in front of appellate board or the court. Fine. We can say here, and this body will decide that means this body will decide who will get the benefit. Okay. Okay. So you can see here, friends, just a minute. It is mentioned here the patent has been revoked under Section 64. Okay. We can say particularly when we go to Section 64, subsection 1 and clause C, there we can find. Okay. So I'm reading it again. Where the patent has been revoked under Section 64, subsection 1, clause C, on the ground that the patent was obtained wrongfully and in contravention of the rights of the petitioner or any person under or through whom he claims, or where in a petition for revocation, the appellate board or court, instead of revoking the patent, directs the complete specification to be amended. Okay. So we can say here, when the rights of the petitioner is, we can say, is in danger, then we have to, that means we can say here, friends, the condition here is either the patent was obtained wrongfully and in contravention of the rights of the petitioner. That means we can say there is a danger to the rights of the petitioner or the person under or through whom he claims. Okay. Or another situation is where in a petition for revocation, the appellate board or court, instead of, that means there is a petition for revocation is there, and instead of revoking the patent, the appellate board or the court directs the complete specification to be amended. And how it will be amended? It will be amended by exclusion of a claim or claims in consequence of finding that the invention covered by such claim or claims had been obtained from the petitioner. Okay. So here the appellate board or the court may pass an order in the same proceeding permitting the grant to the petitioner of the whole or such part of the invention. That means in a way we can say that the deserving candidate here is the petitioner and he gets the permission. Okay. That means he gets his right. Okay. Now this is the extension only. Such part of the invention which the appellate board or court finds has been wrongfully obtained by the patentee in lieu of the patent, so revoked or is excluded by amendment. Okay. So some situations are mentioned here. So you can again go through this subsection and observing the key phrase here and some important points. So, for example, contravention of the rights of the petitioner instead of revoking the patent. Okay. Permit the grant to the petitioner of the whole or such part of the invention, etc. etc. So I hope, friends, now it is pretty much clear to you. Okay. Fine. Let us proceed. Subsection 2. Where any such order is passed, the controller shall, on request by the petitioner made in the prescribed manner, grant to him, clause 1, in cases where the appellate board or court permits the whole of the patent to be granted, a new patent bearing the same date and number as the patent revoked. Clause 2. In cases where the appellate board or court permits a part only of the patent to be granted, a new patent for such part bearing the same date as the patent revoked and numbered in such manner as may be prescribed, provided that the controller may, as a condition of such grant, require the petitioner to file a new and complete specification to the satisfaction of the controller describing and claiming that part of the invention for which the patent is to be granted. Okay. Relevant rule is rule number 79, that is request under section 52 subsection 2. Fine. And now here we can find the single star mark. Okay. So this indicates Appellate Board or court. This is substituted by Act 15 of 2005 for court. That means earlier it was court. Now it is Appellate Board or court. Friends, I would like to tell you one thing, that as we are dealing with the Amendment Act 2005, for this Appellate Board or court, they are fine. Okay, because they are substituted as per the Amendment Act. But I think you must have heard about the recent news on Appellate Board. Okay, so in the latest amendment part, these things will be very soon, they are going to change. Okay, and for this we will discuss about this in a separate lecture. Just for knowledge, I am telling it now. Fine. Okay, so now let us find here what is the key point and the gist of this subsection. Okay, the key phrase here is on request by the petitioner. Okay, so we can say where any such order is passed. That means already we have discussed about the subsection 1. Okay, so now we will proceed with where any such order is passed, the controller shall on request by the petitioner made in the prescribed manner. And this thing, friends, this prescribed manner. What is this prescribed manner? For this, we can go to section 2, subsection 1, clause V. Okay, here we know the definition. We can find the definition of the prescribed manner. Fine. Okay, so what does the clause 1 says? The clause 1 says, in cases where the Appellate Board or court permits the whole of the patent to be granted, a new patent bearing the same date and number is the patent revoked. See, same date and number is the patent revoked. Okay, that means the condition here is where the Appellate Board or court permits the whole of the patent to be granted, a new patent bearing the same date and number as the patent revoked. That means it bears the same date that of the patent that is revoked. Fine. And the second condition is, we can say, what is the second clause? In cases where the Appellate Board or court permits a part only of the patent to be granted. So clause 1 was dealing with the whole of the patent and clause 2 will deal with the part only of the patent to be granted. Okay. Here a new patent for such part bearing the same date as the patent revoked and numbered in such manner as may be prescribed. And here there is a condition, provided that the controller may, as a condition of such grant, require the petitioner to file a new and complete specification. A new and complete specification. Just take a look here. Just observe. To the satisfaction of the controller describing and claiming that part of the invention for which the patent is to be granted. Okay. I hope it is pretty much clear now. Fine. So, next we can proceed to subsection 3. Subsection 3 says, no suit shall be brought for any infringement of a patent granted under this section committed before the actual date on which such patent was granted. Okay, so a negative statement just indicating a particular situation here. Okay, so no suit shall be brought for any infringement of a patent granted. That means if a patent is granted under this section and this section completed before the actual date on which such patent was granted, then no suit shall be brought for any infringement. This is the situation. So just remember this. Fine. So this way, friends, all the subsections for section 52 are completed. Okay. And I would like to tell you a very clue point here. We have observed that for form number 12, the relevant sections are section 26 and section 52. So how can you remember that these two sections are relevant to them? There is a clue. This is my clue. Okay, just I am telling you to just it will be easier to remember. We know that that number 52 is just the double of number 26, or 26 into 2 equal to 52. Fine. So you can just for remembering, I am telling you that is 26 and 52 are relevant for form number 12. How can you remember this? So this is just a way. You can use your own way very well. Okay, friends? Okay. Fine. The reference is Patents Act 1970 as amended by Amendment Act 2005 and the Patents Rules 2003 as amended by Amendment Rules 2021. Okay friends, thank you all for watching my video and listening to me. Okay, so please like, share and subscribe the channel, and please put down your comments and queries in the comment box. Thank you. God bless you. Stay safe, stay blessed. Jai Hind.